Hello. This is Mr. Collier for Research and Design. It's Wednesday, April 15th. I hope all is well with you guys at home. All is well here in my house with my family. Um, so we're working on this Rube Goldberg project, and I posted a new set of agenda slides today. You should have finished the research phase, and we're going into the design and build phase of the project. So I'm going to discuss that here today. But the main thing is a new agenda slide, and then there's some additional slides following the agenda slide, which I'm going to talk about today. So let's look at the agenda slide. Um, Basically doing a good job on attendance still, so keep doing that. Design phase, which includes keeping a log, doing a SketchUp block diagram of your setup, and then actually building and videotaping some preliminary stages. So again, you should have submitted a link to Canvas, and in Canvas, let's go there. We got the Rube Goldberg project. There's a project description, which you made a copy of, and then this assignment link to Rube Goldberg document. You should have submitted a link to your document to that assignment, and we're grading that. That's out of 10 points. 10 means you did the assignment and we could see your research. 5 means you made a copy, but there's not much information in it, and anything between 5 and 10 means it's not quite complete. Usually that means that you didn't have 15 suggestions of phases you could have. So take a look at that. You can always update it if you didn't get a 10, just fix it and get a 10. Then again, the idea is you're going to keep adding to that document as we go along. I've created some other assignments here in Canvas. There's going to be a pit check later this week. We should have the first 3 stages done and a little video posted to that. Then pit check 2 is by the 22nd. You should have the next 4 stages done. And in the end, the final video needs to be done by April 24th. And post a link to that final video here. And there's actually posting a link on some class slideshows. If you notice, point value wise, these pit checks and the logs right now are just out of 4 points. And if I go into one of these things, essentially we're going to grade this like 4, 3, 2, 1. 4 is it's done, 3 is it's mostly done, 2 is kind of done, 1 you did something, and 0 is you're not submitted. And so we just let these points go as is. So a 3 out of 4 is 75%. But you can always update what you've done if you're not happy with your grade. Right now, these are intended to be formative, but they will probably roll into one general grade in Infinite Campus related to your progress during the project, essentially kind of like your logs were on a regular project. So look at those. Again, 0 through 4. The last 2 assignments here, these are actually right now, I've created Infinite Campus assignments for this, your final video, and then your final summary report. And this final document essentially includes everything that was supposed to be done. We should be able to see your research, your logs, your preliminary things, pit 1, pit 2, and your final video link, as well as your reflection on the project. So that's going to be out of 30 points total, and your final video is going to be out of 10 points, and those are graded assignments. So that's the gist of what we have here. So if I go back to the agenda slide, I did post a general link to the timing, which that's in Canvas too. You're in the design phase here, should end up the end of next week. The build here, basically you're doing a SketchUp drawing, and you want to basically do a sketch of what you want to happen from stage 1 to stage 2 to stage 3, all the way to stage 10. And you're also keeping a log as you go. The log should start today, essentially, because we're starting design. And I did create a little example here in SketchUp. Like I was using that example, we got a ball rolling and hitting some dominoes. So the first stage is just that ball rolling. And the second stage is the dominoes falling. And the transition is that ball hits the first domino. So just kind of log what's happening and then what's the transition from one stage to the next. And in the end, you should have 10 boxes, with the last box being somehow distributing food or displaying food. And then all these other ones are transitions. So again, that's just a little example of what you need to do. And I just had a description here, and then I had the boxes along with that description. And you can do that in your document too. I do recommend it. A lot of you guys have a description in your research, so just kind of take that description and turn it into a diagram. And then I also created a little example log here. I put a table together, And if you notice, the dates kind of encompass the whole block learning schedule. So 15th and 16th, 15th is a periods 1 through 4, 16th is periods 5 through 8. So those 2 days, what did you do? And I just said I started my SketchUp drawing, drew the 5 stages, and I need to determine what the last 5 stages are. I'm just kind of giving myself a clue as to what I need to do next. And then I would just insert a picture of that SketchUp drawing that I created here. And then the next 2 days are listed, and then go from there. So again, just try to keep a little log of what you're doing. Your log cannot be too detailed, and it's a good idea to include some pictures or some evidence of what's going on those days. And this should be a table inside of that document that you created and linked to that assignment. Um, so hopefully this helps a little bit. So again, you're in the design phase this week. By Friday, you should have a video posted of your first 3 stages. So that'll be cool to see. And again, just in general, some general notes. Mr. Fide is looking at all the 4th period documents. Mr. King is looking at all the 6th period documents, and I'm looking at all the 7th period documents. So if you have a question about a grade or something like that, 4th period, go to Mr. Fide. 6th period, go to Mr. King. And 7th period, you can talk to me. Again, you can talk to any of us about any of it, but that's the general way we're kind of grading this project. So that's it for today. Again, I'm Mr. Collier. Have a good day.